Welcome back, episode 4. It's where I started off from last time when I stopped the video abruptly, but it's where I work on the throttle cable. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Okay, time for another update. Been a little busy, still, again, as usual. I've removed my throttle assemblies from the airplane. Let's walk with me this way. Good evening, everyone, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. The throttles were attached to this plate here and that plate there, and here's my throttle and choke cables. Now they were routed on the side here, and well, let's just say the way they were routed, and actually the way they're being held back there with a tie strap, is not to my liking. So I'm changing that too. And I also found out while I was doing all this that the throttle assembly at the front, here I'm just kind of rearranging stuff. This is the rear throttle. As you can see, it's just throttle only. This is the throttle that was at the front. Now, this plate here with these adjusters is where the cables come in. When you look at this throttle assembly from behind and you look at where your connection points are, for example, let's see if I can, there's a connection point there, and so anyways, so when you take a look at that, you realize that these two are up and down, and you got the sideways. This plate was in backwards, meaning that the cables came in to this assembly, then had to take a sharp turn and get connected up to the throttle levers. I was wondering why it was like so stiff and scratchy moving the throttle back and forth. It just wasn't smooth. Now I don't know why. They assembled, whoever put this in, assembled it backwards. So that's just a recap. So I'm here again on this next day. I'm going to be rerouting these throttle cables. Follow me. And let's turn this around. This is, of course, the rear rudder. This metal plate here that you can see, this metal plate here, I'm going to have the throttle cables going through this metal plate up to the throttle assembly, which will be here, to keep it well away from this rear passenger rudder pedal. Before, you can see the holes where it was drilled and mounted here, and the passenger's foot was rubbing back and forth on them. So they're going to be drilled in there to keep them out of the way, and then these main throttle and choke cables will then be routed. Follow me, looking straight down. There's another plate here. I'm going to drill 2 holes there. I'm going to drill some holes here. And then this is the back seat. Then, of course, it'll come out and head to the back location, ultimately making its way to the carburetors. So, when I drill the holes in these plates, I'm going to need to keep it from, wearing into the throttle cable. Actually, the throttle cable would probably last, but I have a grommet kit, all various sizes of grommets. So when I drill the holes, I'll be putting these grommets in those holes, the right size, so I can route the cable through those holes, and they're protected from getting chafed and cut. So that's today's project, and I think I'm going to set this camera up on time lapse. Is this better? I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm editing videos right now, so I'm actually editing the very first and the second video. This is going to be like the fourth video, I think. Maybe it's going to be the fifth. I really don't know. Again, I'm a noob at YouTube. My plan today is just to get the throttle cables remounted, because that's easy enough to do. Oh, here are the cables that connected the rear throttle to the front throttle. And let me show you something. See this nice wear here? It's not going to cause any damages to the throttle cable. No, it's not. It's not that. That's not the point. The point is that wear shouldn't be there. Functionally, it's okay. Aesthetically, sucks. So I'm going to make sure that those cables are routed in such a way that they don't rub anymore, and that they're routed smoothly and properly, so that the cables run smoothly and the throttle runs smoothly and all that kind of good stuff. So,
a few moments later.
we're going to go to time lapse, and we'll carry on from
Squirrel!
there. And I hear somebody taxiing. Yeah, my neighbor's taxiing. It's windy outside, and yeah, so it looks like he's either taxiing around or he might go flying. I don't know. We'll see. But on to time lapse. See you in a little bit.
What follows is a brief construction montage. We hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.
Okay, we're back for a brief update. Drilled some holes for the grommets, and they are there, and of course here and here and here and here. Now, getting the grommets inside here, well, they went in as I expected. Getting the grommets inside here is going to be a real pain. So I think I'm going to pull this plate that held the throttle on, but then I pulled this duct tape that was on there and noticed that two of the rivets had broken loose already. So it's a good thing. I'm going to drill these, well, these are out, but I'm going to drill these last two rivets out. Three rivets.
3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3.
And then I'll be able to get to both sides of this plate to get the grommet in, and then I'll rivet this plate back in here. So let's get that going and see how that works out. Follow me. And there you have it. The grommets are in, which will guide those throttle cables from the rear through these braces to the throttle that will go up there. Now I need to drill one more hole. It's going to be a larger one here, and that'll be the cables that come from the front throttle that attach to the rear throttle, so that the passenger who's maybe flying the aircraft will have throttle control. So I'm going to do that now.
Okay, I might as well narrate this. As you'll find out in the outro, the battery life did not last and it stops abruptly. Here I am routing the cabling through those grommet holes I made, and I needed to drill some holes into the metal plate to mount it back onto the aircraft for the rear throttle assembly. And there we go, I'm mounting that in that place. Then you'll see me grab the vacuum hose in a second here and start cleaning up. There it is. I'm cleaning up the shavings, all the aluminum shavings that hit the bottom there. Got to get them out of there, out of all the little cracks and crevices, so it doesn't tear into the fabric when the aircraft is up in the air. And now I'm reassembling the front throttle assembly, getting the cables measured. It's a funny thing about these things, building an aircraft. You put things together, you fit it, you make it good, and then you take it all apart again because, well, it's in the way of doing the next step. It's just part of the process. You assemble, you disassemble, you assemble again, fit, disassemble, and then you assemble again, and eventually there's a last time when you assemble things, and that's when it all stays. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. We'll catch you again next time, and I'm going to stop this narration right about here, and you'll catch me on the outro. Well, this brings us to the end of the video, as the battery life, of course, expires. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do hit that like button and comment at the bottom. If you've got any questions, I will answer them. Have a great day. Bye-bye.